Hello everybody, this is Myers Team Trucking. We are a husband and wife team, lease drivers for Forward Air Freight. If you would like to follow our adventures on the road, please like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you. So on our last video, I had discussed that I was starting to have some concerns about my health. I had my DOT physical, and they had discovered trace sugar in my urine. So my A1C was good, but the doctor said, you need to get this under control or you're going to start having issues here. Also, I've been having issues with my blood pressure rising and getting awfully close to that 140/90 where you don't pass. So anyways, I had essentially become addicted to fast food, and was hitting up all the Subways and Arby's and McDonald's at the truck stops, and that even goes back to before I was a truck driver. So when I met my wife, I was 225 pounds. I'm now 320 pounds, and it's time to make a reversal. Also, I'm working hard to build a business here, and I need to take care of my health so I can continue to do this. Anyways, we took a week off. It ended up being a little more than a week, but nonetheless, I did a lot of research and speaking to some people and talking to some people in healthcare. I'm a former nurse myself, but wanted to get some other opinions. And basically what I found was either keto or low carb was the way to go. Also, as I began learning more about the subject, there's actually a lot of foods on both of those lifestyles that work well for me and my wife too. I was actually surprised at how much she would like it. I used to think it was just a glorified Atkins where it's meat, and no, there's a lot more foods you can eat with that, and I'll get into that some more in the future videos. I like to keep my videos under 10 minutes. So anyways, how did the transition go? Well, it was a little rough the first few days. I was having some cravings for food and whatnot, and I'd say about the third or fourth day I got a pretty bad headache, and it just would not go away. I tried Tylenol, I tried Excedrin headache medicine, nothing would touch it. And I was drinking lots of water, so I didn't think it was that. And finally, we had some strawberries that were still in the refrigerator. This is when we were still at home. And I had a couple little strawberries, and just like that, the headache was gone. So, really it was my brain saying, hey, where is my sugar? So, if it's something you want to transition to, I probably would do it on your home time, just to, you might not feel the best first couple of days. However, now I'm sleeping better. I have more energy during the day. I'm more alert. I don't get as fatigued while I'm driving. I don't have to take as many, I don't have to stop as often and take breaks. So I'm even noticing an increase in my performance as a driver, and my wife as well. She's on this journey with me as well. We both have about 100 pounds we want to lose each. So how many carbs am I doing per day? Well, there's no magic number. For keto, they suggest, some people say under 20, some people say 20 to 50. I'm nowhere near that yet. Previous to this diet, I was eating probably 4,000 calories a day, 400, maybe more carbs per day. I'm using the MyFitnessPal now to track my food, and I'm coming in at usually 100 or less, or I'd say 90 or less carbs. Some are between 35 and 90 carbs. Some people might say, well, that's not enough, or that's too many carbs for a low carb diet. Well, for me, I beg to differ, because it's still 1/4 the carbs that I was eating. I basically completely cut out sugar altogether for the most part. For now, I'm drinking lots of water, unsweet iced tea, and if I'm really in the mood for a sweet drink, I'll go ahead and get something that's artificially sweetened. I know, stevia and all that stuff are, they're not the best for you, but it's the lesser two evils for me anyways. I start my day out with Bulletproof Coffee. That gives me some caffeine and an incredible amount of energy to drive on. It keeps me sustained for several hours. The shakes that I used to have, they'd last an hour or two. The coffee just seems to really be excellent. That's been an interesting journey in itself, because I've never actually been a coffee drinker. So hopefully, someday I don't regret becoming a coffee drinker, but for now it's working out well. So how do I make my Bulletproof coffee? Well, basically it's I brew the coffee in a Keurig machine. We've got one of those refillable Keurig cups, so we don't spend a ton of money on those K-cups. And then I put some butter in it, some MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides, which is a healthy fat, a little bit of salt to bring the flavor out. I put a tablespoon and a half of organic unsweetened cocoa, and we've been using either monk fruit or stevia were the two suggestions for the healthiest sugar substitutes. I think I prefer the liquid stevia over the monk fruit, and it's probably a little more economical as well. I started off with just the packets, but I went ahead and broke down and bought the liquid stevia. I think there's 288 servings on a bottle, so even though it's more of an upfront cost, I think it'll save us a tremendous amount of money, buying the stevia packets. And I think it also mixes better, so it tastes better. Once in a while, I'll also throw a little creamer in there just to, just a little treat. I don't do that every day. Then with that, along for breakfast, I usually have 2 hard-boiled eggs, and that will sustain me for several hours, easy. For the rest of the day, I will eat either low-carb meals or snacks. I'll probably go over those in future videos. Try not to go too much over the 10-minute mark on this video. So, I think it's been a good switch for us. I don't have a scale in the truck, so I can't tell if I've lost weight yet or not. However, I can already see in my face I've got less puffiness. There's less swelling in my ankles and legs. And, I'm cutting back my carbs, I'm cutting back my calories, 4,000 to now maybe 2,500 calories a day. And I've virtually eliminated sugar. So there's no way I'm not going to lose weight. I mean, I would be completely surprised if when I go home I step on that scale I'm still 320 pounds. So I'm really excited to see how that works. Anyways, where are we at right now? We are in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm waiting for a load. I've got a load. It's going from here to San Francisco, but they're still loading the trailer. And it should be ready to go sometime between 6 and 7 p.m. this evening. It's 1,800 miles. We'll have about 37 or 38 hours to get it there. There's one thing about Forward Air. It is expedited freight, and you got to book it. So our truck is limited to 65 miles an hour. It's a fleet truck that another owner owns, and this is what we'll be doing until we get our own truck. So so far we've been pretty happy with Forward Air, and I think the way Forward Air's business runs is going to fit well with our needs as well. There is some downtime having to do with air freight. Sometimes I have to wait for the sort times and things like that to grab a load and head out after I deliver. But that's going to give us time to meal prep and things like that, because I got to stay out of the fast food restaurants. I have to make my meals in the truck now. So have we been 100% perfect? Absolutely not. We did go out to eat a few days ago and had we went to a little local hole-in-the-wall Mexican joint, and it was fantastic. Yes, I did eat some carbs, but that's okay. And then I did break down. I probably shouldn't have, but I did break down, and I had an Arby's last night. But other than that, we have been pretty dedicated to the low-carb lifestyle. I'd be curious to see if this is something that you have tried yourself, what worked, what didn't. What kind of stuff did you bring on the road for you, as far as foods and snacks? If you're not a truck driver, I'd be curious to see what kind of stuff or what kind of foods and snacks you keep in your pantry, because we're still new at this, we're still learning. So any advice I'd really appreciate. You could leave comments down in the comment section. I'd really enjoy reading that. Otherwise, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to follow our adventures and see where this takes us. Stay safe and have a great day.